Hello doctor, what is the symptom or cause of blood sugar? How to keep blood sugar in control? Just explain about it in brief.
Your blood sugar is now 200 or 300 or 400. What you are going to do now? Just go and see some doctor, gobble medication. Is that what you think the treatment is? Don't you think your body has such a divine knowledge? The food you eat will become your blood, will become your bones, will become your skin. After some time, whatever the fruits you eat or juice you drink, it becomes your blood. So your body has such a divine knowledge to convert something into blood. Can any scientist do this? No scientist can do this. Such a divine knowledge your body has, and we don't have a trust on it, and we doubt our body and go to the doctor and control our blood sugar. So first start analyze what is the real cause for high blood sugar and how to tackle it naturally. What is the mistake I did? What went wrong with my diet and my eating habits and my lifestyle? This is what you have to first see before going to a doctor and controlling your blood sugar. See, controlling your blood sugar is not the aim of treatment. It is not the treatment at all. First, you have to see what is the root cause for high blood sugar. So, my dear friends, I am going to tell you something interesting. Diabetes or high blood sugar is not a disease, it is a treatment. Yes, you heard it right. It is a treatment by the body for the body. Because you have a irregular lifestyle, wrong food habits, wrong eating habits, to bring the discipline to make you better. So to discipline your life, body elevates your sugar level. So it is the body way of telling you, take a U-turn. Yes, you have to take a U-turn in your lifestyle, food habits and eating habits. So I am going to explain to you what is the normal metabolism, how sugar or glucose get digested in the body and why it is not getting digested for some people. First we will see the moment you eat the food, it reaches your stomach. So from the stomach, the sugars, glucose enters into bloodstream. So when it enters into the bloodstream, it has to reach your body cells, muscle cells and liver cells. It has to go inside your body cells. There is a process before getting into the cell. Some organ inside your body has to allow it to go inside. So the organ is called pancreas. So for your understanding, I am going to give the shape to the sugar. For example, this is the shape of normal glucose. Just imagine, just for your understanding, this is your normal shape of your blood glucose. So the moment it reaches, all the sugars will go to pancreas to get the insulin. Only after getting the insulin it can enter into the cell. So this type of sugar gets into the pancreas, and pancreas has the beta cells which has got reserve of insulin. Your beta cells produces the insulin, and the beta cell attaches the insulin to your glucose, and from here this glucose come into your cells. See, without this without the insulin, your glucose cannot enter into the cell, and when this key is opened, this glucose will enter into cells to produce energy. This glucose enter into the cells to produce energy. So this is the destination of glucose for any normal human being. In case if you have a high blood sugar, for example 200, 300, 400, so those type of sugars is called bad sugars. So if for example, for our understanding, we name this as good sugar because insulin is attaching, so it is entering into the cell. In case our body releases, our blood contains sugar which is of improperly digested. So for our understanding, I am giving this as a shape. So this is a bad sugar. So this kind of sugar, I am going to explain to you why this happens. So our food habits and all we are going to see. So this type of sugar, when it enters into your bloodstream from the stomach, this sugar will go to your pancreas, and pancreas will sense this sugar as a bad sugar because it is improperly digested and the quality is very poor. So this kind of sugar will not be allowed enter into the cells. So the destination of this bad sugar is when it reaches your kidney will throw it out in the urine. That's why everybody has a high sugar level in the blood as well as in the urine. So this portion of sugar, it goes to pancreas. Pancreas will not supply insulin. It enters into bloodstream and it reaches your kidney will throw it out because it is a bad sugar. So now we are going to see why these kind of sugars released into your bloodstream. So what is the factor which causes this blood sugar enter into the bloodstream? So it is purely our own lifestyle, our food habits and eating habits. The reason number one is whenever you eat food without hunger. So most of the people, they start the day with tea, coffee, even without hunger. Even some of them are eating biscuits, and some of them they eat badam without hunger as soon as they get up. So and they start the day with that, and breakfast has been eaten without hunger, and again tea or coffee at 11 o'clock, and they start eating lunch half of the time even without hunger. Again at 4 o'clock completely, without appetite, they drink tea or coffee and they eat snacks, and again dinner maybe some hunger but they eat full, and after 1 hour dinner, most of the people they drink milk. This is what the regular habit is. So nearly 50 to 70% of the time, many of us are eating without hunger. From the food you have eaten without hunger will help to release these kind of sugars. So the moment you eaten without hunger, your body releases bad quality, improperly digested and poor quality sugars into bloodstream. When it reaches your pancreas will not give key, and the destination of this sugar is getting into the kidney and pass out in the urine. So the first and foremost reason for diabetes for anybody is eating the food without hunger. So my dear friends, start changing this habit. So you have to eat or drink something, you have to really feel hunger. Even for a single piece of fruit, you have to really feel hunger. So try to avoid as much as you can eating without hunger. So the reason number two, if you see any diabetic patients, they eat food without chewing. See, in carbohydrates there is several types: glucose, sucrose, fructose. Nobody goes to a doctor complaining about I have a high sucrose, I have high fructose, because sucrose and fructose digestion takes place in your stomach and intestine. But glucose is one thing, the digestion happens in your mouth, and saliva is the only thing which can digest your sugars. So you have to eat in such a way that the food you eaten has become complete tasteless liquid. So it has to go in a liquid form. So when the food you eaten has become tasteless, all the sugars will be good quality. When you eat without chewing and just gobbling the food, all the sugars will become bad quality sugars, and you know the destination of the bad sugar. So you have to, so every time you eat, you have to chew properly for at least 20 to 30 times, so that whatever the food has eaten has to become complete tasteless liquid. And many of us has the habit of eating the food while talking over phone. So close your mouth, chew the food properly, and it has to go down the throat in a liquid form. So then all the sugars you have eaten will become good quality sugars. Number third reason, so many of us has the habit of drinking water while eating meals. The moment you eat food, it reaches your stomach and stomach secretes acid which is about 3.5 pH. So the pH of your stomach acid is 3.5 pH. The moment you drink water, it becomes acid into alkaline, it becomes 6.5 to 7 pH. At 6.5 to 7 pH, your food will not digest, it will remain in the stomach itself, so gives rise to acidity, indigestion, gastritis, and advanced stage of gastritis is what? High blood sugar. So your food will not digest properly, so improperly digested poor quality sugars will release into bloodstream and you know the destination. So the water you should drink half an hour before food or 1 hour after food. This is the thumb rule you have to follow. You should not drink water during meals and immediately after meals. Even any liquid food or even buttermilk, if you have to drink, either you can drink half an hour before food and 1 hour after food. So the moment you drink water, you intentionally, we are changing the value of our pH and it gives rise to so many diseases. So the reason number 1 is eating without hunger, and reason number 2, not chewing properly, reason number 3, drinking water during meals, and the fourth reason is lack of physical activity. So many of us, we hardly move our body, so try to go for walking or yogic exercises or any kind of physical activity so that all the sugars will be pumped into muscle cells. So another reason is vitamin D deficiency. When there is no enough vitamin D, it could cause high blood sugar. So try to expose your body to sunlight for at least 20 to 30 minutes a day so that we can reverse diabetes. So once you start following all these habits, we can reverse diabetes naturally. Don't ever jump into medication straight away when the first diagnosed. So wait for some time, analyze, try all these factors, and you can see yourself the result. And what happens when you take medication? See, so nothing has been altered, your lifestyle has not been altered, and your body releases good sugar as well as bad sugar, but the moment you take medication, it will push the good sugar inside as well as bad sugar inside. So bad sugar is nothing but improperly digested sugar. So it will push the improperly digested sugar from the blood into the cells. So when this happens, actual disease starts inside your body. So this is not the way of treatment has to be done. This is not the treatment. Your body is throwing out in the urine, but you are taking inside your cells. So what happens when this poor quality sugars reaches your cells? Due to gravitational force, it will accumulate in your feet, gives rise to numbness or black discoloration, a peripheral neuropathy, and when it reaches your kidney, all the bad sugar accumulates in your kidney vessels, causes peripheral nephropathy, and uric acid, creatinine levels elevates. Only when the moment you control this bad sugar, when you push the bad sugar inside your cells, actual disease starts inside your body. And when it reaches your highs, the bad sugar will accumulate inside your blood vessels like this and causes cataract, and when and the blood cannot move properly and it forms as a clot, so that it can cause a stroke in the brain and heart attacks in the heart. So all these complications is because when you control your blood sugar with the help of medication. So try to change your habits first. Blood sugar, again I am telling you, blood sugar is a treatment. So your body is throwing out in the urine because your body can sense these kind of sugars. When it goes into the cells, it can cause so much of damage. So for your safe, it is throwing out in the urine, but you think it is a treatment and you are pushing inside the cells. So the disease starts inside the body. So if you go back to 50 years back or 100 years back, our ancestors were not taking so much of medication and controlling something, so they are all living healthy. But as the medical system, medical technologies grows, doctors grows, hospitals grows, multiple disease we are suffering because the moment we control, which body has to control. So please understand, our body has divine knowledge. When it can convert your food into your blood. So just understand, body does not take much effort to reduce your blood sugar. It is because your own lifestyle, and you have to change the mistakes. You have to correct your mistakes and change your lifestyle. It is nothing but taking a U-turn. So change your lifestyle. Your body's way of telling you take a U-turn. That's what high blood sugar. So follow all these principles. Eat only when you are hungry. Chew properly. Drink water only half an hour before food, 1 hour after food. Do some physical activity or yogic exercise. Expose to sunlight. So these are all the factors which is going to control your blood sugar and keep your waist level normal, so that the sugar levels in the blood comes down on its own. And there are some food habits you have to control. So milk and milk products you have to avoid, and more of carbohydrates. If you could see, our ancestors were not eating this much of carbohydrates what we eat today. So the carbohydrates we are eating, like rice, chapati or maida made products, all those things our ancestors were not eating this much of carbohydrates. So try to cut down. Take more of fruits, vegetables and high fat diet like coconut, almonds, all nuts, seeds, more of vegetables, pulses, all those things you can eat. Try to avoid grains which is more of polished. You can heat bajra roti, bajra chapati, bajra dosa, jowar roti, jowar dosa. All those things can be taken which has fiber, more of fiber rich foods. So try to follow all these principles and we can reverse the diabetes naturally. Thank you.